Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. We're going helmets first this time into a real humdinger between the Chiefs and the 49ers.
Yeah.
This wasn't just somebody wins, everybody goes home. This had everything. We're talking trick plays, interceptions galore,
Oh, yeah.
and enough to make you think you were on that spinning ride at the amusement park. You ready to break it all down?
Absolutely. This
Yeah.
game was really something.
Yeah.
We saw some top-tier adaptability with both teams having to deal with some pretty key injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you think,
Mm-hmm.
how much does a team's game plan hinge on certain players?
Right.
And how do they adjust when those players are out of the picture?
That's what we're here to figure out. Now,
Yeah.
everybody and their brother saw Mahomes' run for the touchdown.
Oh, absolutely.
But I want to go deeper than that. I want to go past those highlight reels.
Mm-hmm.
So what impressed you most about how the Chiefs ran their offense?
You know, it was like a masterclass in execution.
Okay.
Take Mahomes, for example. He was incredible out there, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a one-man show.
Mm.
The Chiefs used guys like Hardman and Hunt strategically,
Mm-hmm.
which is wild considering Hunt came in with 0 camp time.
I was going to say, right.
Really said something about their depth, how
Yeah.
adaptable they can be.
Okay, well, let's flip the field for a second and talk about the 49ers.
Sure.
I mean, they were hurting,
Yeah.
missing key pieces all over,
Yeah, they were beat up.
but they never let up.
Nope.
Purdy's sneak for that touchdown.
Ooh. So gutsy.
Talk about a gutsy move.
For sure. It was a bold move by Shanahan, but it paid off.
It did.
It wasn't just that play, though.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers, even with Deebo Samuel under the weather, kept moving the ball,
Yeah.
leaning on guys like Kittle to make big plays happen.
It felt like every time the Chiefs would put points on the board, the 49ers would answer right back.
Yeah.
What does that tell us about their coaching, their overall mentality as a team?
It tells me they aren't afraid to change things up when they need to.
Adapt. Yeah.
Right. They had to get away from the usual game plan,
Mm-hmm.
relying on players who maybe weren't the first pick.
Right. Right.
Easy to just fall apart when it's like that.
Oh, yeah.
But the 49ers, they prove they've got the guts and the coaching to hang in there.
They're scrappy.
Yeah, they are.
We've spent a lot of time talking offense,
We have.
but this game had some serious defense going on, too.
Oh, for sure.
That interception early on by rookie Chris Roland Wallace,
Woo.
that felt like a turning point right then and there.
It was huge, yeah. And then later, Jaden Hicks gets an interception in the end zone. Talk about cool under pressure.
Man, these young guys, they were ready.
They stepped up.
They showed up big time when it counted.
For sure.
So we've got two teams going blow for blow on offense defense.
Yeah, it was a battle.
It felt like a chess match at times.
Yeah.
Both coaches always countering each other's moves.
It's Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan, two of the most forward-thinking guys in the league right now.
Absolutely.
We saw fake punts, trick plays, just really creative play calling. This game wasn't just about who was stronger or faster.
Right.
It was about who could outsmart who.
See, that's what I love about this sport.
We do.
It's just as much mental as it is physical.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So both teams brought their A game, even with guys on the bench.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But, and here's where we really dig in,
Okay.
I'm curious how those injuries might have shifted things,
Interesting.
even in small ways.
Yeah.
And maybe even led to some of the big decisions made on the field. What do you think?
Great question. We saw the 49ers really depend on Kittle with Deebo limited.
Right.
But how much did that play into how the Chiefs set up their defense?
Right, right.
And did the Chiefs maybe lean a little too hard on Mahomes' magic?
Interesting.
Maybe ignoring some other plays because Hunt hadn't had much practice?
Right.
These are the things we're going to unpack
Yes.
as we really get into the nitty-gritty of this matchup.
Okay, let's get into it then. One of the first things that jumped out to me was how the Chiefs' offense, they found their groove early.
Yeah, they did.
Mahomes is connecting with Hardman.
Yep.
He's connecting with Gray for some big gains.
Mm-hmm.
That Hardman touchdown with Kelsey's block,
Man,
it was beautiful.
it was poetry in motion.
It really was. But it makes you wonder, did that early success lock them in?
That's the question, isn't it?
Did they become predictable or did they switch it up? That's where those injuries might play a bigger part than we realize.
Exactly. Exactly. You're right to zero in on that because they could have gotten stuck in a rut.
Right.
One play I kept replaying in my head was that near interception by Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
First half, I think it was,
Mm-hmm.
Bosa was all over him, like on him like a cheap suit.
Right.
If that ball had gone the other way even a little bit.
Oh, it would have been a whole new ball game.
Absolutely.
Talk about a momentum shift that almost was.
For sure.
It just goes to show, even when you're running like a well-oiled machine like the Chiefs,
Yeah.
things can turn on a dime.
Oh, absolutely. One play can change everything.
And they weren't the only ones living on the edge.
That's right.
Remember that fumble, Guerrero for the 49ers?
Ooh, yeah.
Lucky for them, it went out of bounds.
Very lucky.
Those moments,
Mm-hmm.
those little mistakes.
They really get the heart going.
They do.
One fumble, one drop pass.
Yeah,
That can be it. Especially when you're up against it like the 49ers were.
absolutely. It felt like every single yard was hard fought for them.
Yeah,
But then they would just pull something out of the bag,
he did.
and it would keep them in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That touchdown pass to Cowing,
Oh, yeah.
the rookie stepping up.
It takes guts to make a call like that.
Yeah.
Shanahan putting his trust in a rookie in that spot.
Right.
But that's how they were playing the whole game.
It was next man up.
Yep. Next man up. They knew they had to gamble a little, try anything and everything.
And it paid off.
Cowing rose to the challenge.
It really makes you think about all those other guys, the ones who don't always make the headlines.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to focus on the Mahomes, the Kittle. Right. But those unsung heroes, those depth players, they make such a difference.
All the difference sometimes.
Speaking of which, can we talk about the Chiefs' young defensive backs for a minute?
Oh, they were impressive.
They really impressed me.
They had their work cut out for them for sure.
Yeah.
Going up against a quarterback like Purdy,
Right.
a team known for how creative they get on offense.
And they delivered.
They did. Roland Wallace, Hicks, coming up clutch with those interceptions. That's coaching right there.
See, anybody can have talent on the roster. That's one thing.
It is.
But to get these young guys ready for the big time,
Right.
ready to perform under all that pressure,
Yep.
that's different. That's special.
It speaks volumes about the kind of culture Andy Reid's built there.
Right. They're ready.
And you can't discount the veterans on that defense either.
Oh, for sure.
Chris Jones may not have been on the highlight reel every play,
Right.
but having him out there,
Mm.
his leadership, huge for those younger players.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That blend of raw talent and experience.
Yep,
That's how you build a team that can win it all.
it is.
We're talking about game-changing plays. We can't forget special teams. That blocked field goal by McDuffie.
Oh, man. McDuffie, he was everywhere.
Talk about a momentum swing. It's crazy how those hidden yards,
I know, right?
they can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And then on the other side, Carlson misses that extra point.
Oof, tough.
Rough break for the 49ers. Every point matters, you know?
So, especially in a game like that, and the pressure on the
I
kicker,
don't know how they do it.
talk about a mental game. But even with all the fireworks from special teams, what's really sticking with me is how both these teams, as different as their styles are,
Right.
they always seem to have an answer.
It was like they were reading each other's mind.
It was. So we've got the Chiefs,
Mhm.
explosive offense, Mahomes just making plays happen.
That's unbelievable.
Then you've got the 49ers grinding it out, running the ball, that strategic play calling,
Yep. Adapting on the fly.
like a heavyweight fight.
That's a great way to put it.
Both teams just trading punches.
Back and forth, yeah.
And even with Debo out there, but not at 100%.
Right.
Kittle still put on a show.
He did. Showed everyone why he's one of the best in the game.
And their offensive line, even missing some guys,
Mm-hmm.
they gave Purdy all day back there.
They did. They deserve a ton of credit. It makes you wonder, what if
Right.
Debo Samuel had been healthy?
Right.
Would they have gone to the air more? Could they have really tested that Chiefs secondary?
It's so tempting to go back and replay it in your head.
Oh, I know.
Change a few things, see what happens.
Right.
But that's the thing about football. You only get one shot.
That's right.
Every play, every decision, it all adds up to the story.
And speaking of stories,
Yeah.
you've got the 49ers
Mm-hmm.
down by 9,
Late in the game.
fourth quarter. They could have folded,
Yeah.
but they didn't. That Cowling touchdown,
Kept them in it.
pure heart.
It would have been so easy to just let the Chiefs run away with it.
Oh, for sure.
But the 49ers, they just kept fighting.
They did.
And that says something about a team.
It does. But you could almost feel the Chiefs lock it down after that.
Yeah.
They knew
Yeah.
that interception by Hicks in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
That was the end of the story right there. Door slammed shut.
Talk about a mood killer. The 49ers are driving. They're getting that energy back. And then it was like someone flipped a switch.
It was heartbreaking if you're a 49ers fan,
Yeah.
but you got to hand it to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They took that punch, and they didn't budge.
They knew what to do.
That's what wins championships right there.
And don't forget about the clock.
Oh, yeah.
The Chiefs, those last few minutes, they kept Purdy on the sidelines,
Yeah.
marched down the field,
Textbook.
Like they were saying, this is our
It
game.
was beautiful. Andy Reid, that's experience right there.
Knowing exactly how to shut it down.
Yep. No wasted motion.
And they still go and score that final touchdown.
Right.
Hardman in the end zone.
Yeah.
An exclamation point.
Just to prove a point.
Yeah.
They could have just run the clock out, taken the win.
Right.
But no. They had to show
But
it.
he had something to prove.
The Chiefs are here, and they're not messing around.
This game was something else.
It was something else.
So what's the big takeaway for you?
You know, it's like you said,
Mhm.
football, it comes down to inches, to moments,
Yep. Yeah.
to knowing when to go for it and when to play it smart.
Absolutely.
We saw it all in this one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable athleticism,
Mm-hmm.
coaches playing chess,
Mm-hmm.
not checkers,
Right.
and just pure guts out there.
It was something else. And that's what makes it fun to watch.
And fun to break down.
Exactly. This game had it all. And as the season goes
I
on,
was just getting started.
I'm so excited to see where these two teams go from here.
Me too.
Well, that about wraps it up for this deep dive.
It does.
This matchup was one for the books.
For
We hope you enjoyed taking a closer look with us.
always a pleasure.
Until next time, remember, keep your eyes on the field and your heads in the game.
See you next time for another deep dive.